Are you trying to say it's time to get up, Nestor? Is that what you're trying to say? Well, it is now Monday, July the 23rd, 2018. It's almost exactly 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and I am leaving Indiana. Don't really have a whole lot to show you, except that throughout the week, whenever I had some things that were interesting, I did turn the camera on. I didn't have a way of really linking it all together and a coherent way to make a vlog out of. So I'm just going to go ahead and put all of that stuff up now. We're going to call it a highlights reel. Let's call this the Three Rivers Festival Highlight Reel. I think I'm going to try this. I don't normally do these, but I think I'm going to try the freak show today.
I cannot.
I'm just teasing. That's a magician's sword, trick sword, all just for funsies. Give it all you got.
Now what I'm about to do is take this nail and hammer it straight into the center of my face, 5.5 inches deep, just below my brain. So I've only taken it about halfway in so far, because the first time that I ever saw someone do this, I did not believe it was real until I got right up close to their face. So now I'm going to give you guys a chance to come a little closer and get a better look at you. Thank you. Now comes the really hard part. Using the claw end of the hammer, I'm going to give it a good strong pull and hope it comes out. Don't worry, I was checking for blood, but it's not. The jokes do not get any better, I promise.
My favorite band is Here Come the Mummies. It is awesome, awesome band. I love them.
You're right, Markiplier. They are an awesome band. And guess who got to see them in concert? So what are you dishing up for me here?
Mom, dishing me some pav bhaji, chana masala, saag paneer, rice,
Okay. And none of these are supposed to be overwhelmingly spicy. None.
I think it's not really spicy.
Suppose you don't really know how I'm going to take it.
Spicy for some people and all, or for some people it could be really, really hot.
The place I got this was a little Indian tent that was set up in an international village. It's just a little something they're doing out here at the Three Rivers Festival to promote education about foreigners. So there's not quite so much xenophobia in the world. They gave me a little reading material to read up on India, and I ended up getting a few other snacks from other booths too. This is a mung bean moon cake, and some mochi, like sweet and red bean thing over here. This has got salmon in the middle of it. This is a bun with salmon. Anyway, I'm not gonna highlight those, but just saying. They had a ton of foreign food out there in that international village, and I could have stayed there and tried stuff all day, but I'm just going to do the Indian meal. So let me try some of these, give you guys my thoughts. Starting with this one that looks like garbanzo beans and like a meat sauce. I have a little trepidation about this because last time I ate authentic Indian, I was breathing fire, and that was when they said it was mild. So, all right, let's give this a try. Wow, yeah, it's hot. It's hot. Woo! Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna try this other one. I think they said it was like a cream curry of some kind, so hopefully that'll even this out. Oh. That tastes just like spinach casserole. And it's got a few little chunks of chicken in there too. Now, this the red stuff. Oh, please don't be hot again. That is delicious. There it is, finally. Replaced the last game. I did not think finding this game would make me this emotional. But, yeah. The thing that's special about this game is this was the last thing I still had to replace after the camper fire. Other than the Retron 3, which I found that in a thrift store, and then I lucked out and got the power supply from a different place. I'm not going to be able to find something like that again, and I'm not about to pay the full $70 to get a brand new one. So that's pretty much moot. This was the last thing I needed to replace. I finally got it. I wasn't going to order it on eBay, anything like that. I was going to find the new one the same way I found the old one, at a used store, at a thrift store, or a flea market. I found it today over at Disc Replay, and I don't know, it hit me, it really did. Maybe it's just because I'm coming down off of a really busy 10-day show, and I'm leaving Indiana. I know I'm not going to be able to come back until October during the Covered Bridge Festival. I'm leaving my favorite state, one of my favorite cities of all time. Not going to be able to come back for months. And then this. I found this. It's just... Okay. Let's get a little more positive. I also found Caricarurist, which is a Konami light gun game. It uses the... what do they call this? The Justifier or something like that. Yeah, Justifier. And it's rare. I found it for $7 with all the compilations I've seen of people that highlight light gun games on the PS1. This one is rarely mentioned. I was happy to find that. And then I got Deadly Creatures, which was high production value, good voice acting, smooth controls, underrated, innovative gameplay for only $4 on the underrated Nintendo system, the Wii. So, that was my score from Disc Replay today. Back in the camper now. Just pulled this one out and stuck it in with the other memory cards. But, this is the one that got destroyed. I haven't tried it yet. It might still work. But now I have a new one. Tell me now, Chester, what do you think of this guy over here with his hazard lights on? And his trailer is obviously not tracking properly. Very faulty. That is an accident waiting to happen. This guy's an idiot. Now, while I was there, somebody unplugged the camper twice. I came back, I think it was on Wednesday, and got one of the scares of my life. When I walked up to the door of the camper, I noticed there was no light on in there. There was no sound of the air conditioner. Somebody had unplugged the camper while I was gone, and that day the temperatures got up into the 90s. So I was terrified that when I opened that door, I would find a dead cat in there. But when I opened the door, he was fine. He bounced right out, came out to me, and the inside of the camper didn't really feel all that hot. I opened the refrigerator and touched the coils. They were still cool. So apparently it hadn't been unplugged for very long, thankfully. So that was a close call. That was a little bit of a terrifying incident that I did not want to have to live through again. And then on Sunday, while I was there that morning, I got out to go into the office and talk to them, buy an extra day, and get a soda. And when I came out, the camper had been unplugged again. So the first time, I tied it up real good, and it still got unplugged. So the second time, I put a bunch of duct tape around it and made good and sure that it would not get unplugged again. But the thing about it is, guys, that was scary. And that's the big reason why I didn't want to get a cat yet, because I don't have the pet door and the kennel ready where the cat can get out whenever he needs to. After really looking at things, the first time, I think it was probably a couple little kids that are staying in the pop-up camper right next to me that were not really familiar with the idea of boundaries and were driving this little electric Jeep around, probably pulled the cord out that time. And then the second time, there was somebody right across from me that left by checkout time. He was scrambling to leave by checkout time on Sunday. And I think maybe when he went to unplug himself, he unplugged me too and didn't realize it. At any rate, that's not something I want to have to live through again. Ever. So, with my little buddy here, almost dying twice on this trip. Almost dying twice. I'm going to make a pledge right now that I will not take this camper out again and plug it up and leave my cat in there on another trip. It will not happen again before I get the pet door in there and the kennel so he can get out and get into the shade if he needs to. My solemn promise.